Okay, we're over here on the east side of the house, and we've got a little bit of negative drainage, level drainage coming in here. Got a mound right here. I don't know what that mound was. We got high soil. Could have been, I don't know. Could have been foundation repair. I don't think so. We got painted brick. We got some stair step cracks through the brick and mortar underneath all of these windows. All of these windows along this wall. And then again, high soil. And we've got some weep holes. Okay, homeownership 101. All roofs leak. All walls leak. We design them to shed water faster than they accept it, so that we want to keep the water on the outside, not on the inside. There we go. Hall bathroom window ledge is level. So these weep holes, most of the time, see, brick is a wonderful material. It's fireproof. The house isn't, but the brick is. The house can burn down. You can reuse the brick, and it's maintenance free unless you paint it. It's been painted, and it's a good insulator. It's a real good insulator. But the thing about brick is it's porous. It accepts water. I don't know how much since it's been painted. So any moisture that gets in the walls, we have these weep holes. Most of the time, all you see is vapor. You don't see it even. Most of the time, what happens is vapor. If you have an event, I've seen a couple, and I hope you don't, but if you have an event, they will leak water out. The whole idea is to keep the wall system dry. That's what they're there for. They're by design. By design. Weep holes. Now another architectural feature, this time the home doesn't have one, is you take this expanse of brick, it's going to move. We're in North Texas. It is going to move. There's no doubt about it. So we usually have, like in this, well, that's a asphalt street. Okay, not so much for that. But we don't have control joints. Some people call them expansion joints. They call them what you will. Back in 1970, most of the little homes around here, they just weren't built with them. The building science hadn't really come along that well, or the building trades hadn't caught up with the building science. Is a little more like it. It'd be nice if you had control joints, but you don't. You do have weep holes. This window ledge, this is to the bathroom. Okay, if the bathrooms have windows, they don't require to have vent fans. This ledge is a little bit on the level side there, huh? So is that going to drain water? Doesn't look like it's been draining water very well. Doesn't look like it's been draining water very well at all. How about this one? It's kind of unusual to have a brick home like this and have wooden window ledges. That's kind of loose right there. Master bedroom east. We don't have masters. East window ledge is cracked and loose. And it's a level too. Hall bathroom and the parent bedroom east window ledges are level. And the grading and drainage right here, you can see where the grading and drainage comes down here and kind of pools right here. So it doesn't drain very well. Where do termites come from? The ground. Really? Okay. What do they eat? Dead wood. Oh, interesting. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground that the termites eat. Oh, okay. If you have wood mulch underneath the drip line, that's conducive to wood destroying insects. That's conducive to termites. They like that. A few times a year, I just come over here and I just dig like that. I'm not going to dig the whole flower bed up, but I'm a sport. Sometimes I'll get in here and dig a little bit, and I'll find them. I'm finding cat turds is what I'm finding. Huh, wow, that's interesting. Sorta. Exterior faucets should have vacuum breakers on them. That's an open clean out right there. Coming on along a tree. Shouldn't be closer than 20 feet to the foundation. Shouldn't be. For the root growth, and the tree growth, all those kinds of things have a negative impact on the house and the foundation. high soil and mulch, some stair step cracks right in there. And come along here. Speaking of foundation, you can use your imagination and see a square right here. How about right here? Use your imagination and see a square right here. Use your imagination and see a square right here. That's foundation repair. This home has experienced foundation repair sometime in the past. We don't know who did the foundation repair, and except for what we can see, we do not know how far the foundation repair went. We do not know what kind of a warranty might be available. We do not know if the plumbing was pressure tested. By the way, the water meter's over there, and the water meter moves even though all the faucets are off. The exterior light fixture should be sealed to keep moisture from getting into the wall system. Coming on along here, driveways are beyond the scope of this inspection, but check this out. This driveway's cracked pretty much. I mean, it could be a trip hazard. It could be a trip hazard. And yes, you can park your car on it. You can park your car on it just fine. But one day you're going to get tired of it. One day you're just going to come home one last time and you're just going to look at it when your neighbor finishes theirs off and finishes theirs off, and they've done some work and they've done some work. And other people's driveways start looking nicer, you're going to start wanting yours to look nice too. Just saying. Okay, so we got a little bit of siding here. We don't have very much. But when it comes down to the ground right here, it's supposed to be a 2-inch gap to keep water from wicking up into it. Coming along here in your garage car entry, same thing. Okay, so you think water's been wicking up inside of that? Now this one should be all damaged and rotten and stuff. That's too close to the ground. Too close to the ground. It's only been like that since 1970. I get it. I get it. The garage is part of the exterior, so we'll just go there. Some of this garage ceiling's got some humps in it. We'll save that for plumbing. Electrical we'll do later. We did earlier. This is a metal overhead door. We do not have a door opener, nor do we have an electric receptacle outlet to energize a door opener. So just something to keep in mind. Tree's too close. Coming along here. You think this tree was too close? Oh, look at all this cracking. Talk about a control joint. Talk about your expansion joints. Well, we got them, don't we? I wonder how that happened. I don't know. Then over here, okay, that's fascia board, that's soffit board, that's freeze board, that little board right underneath the metal trim right there, and see where they have all the foam and stuff. It's probably not the best repair. It's probably not. They probably didn't learn that in Carpentry University. They just didn't. And then, oh, we're on the west side of the house, by the way, west side of the garage. That's where the condensing unit is. And then right here, you see that? See that little metal trim right there? It's drip edge flashing. It could be rake edge flashing, but edge flashing. It's supposed to be gapped a minimum of 2 inches to keep it from coming loose like that and water from getting in there. The electric cable should be a minimum of 3 feet above the roof line. I did not put, I've already done the electrical and I didn't put that in there. But I will. Actually, I will now. How about that? Service drop too close to the roof. Gates to swimming pool areas are supposed to be self-closing. Self-closing and self-latching. Oh, I missed that call. Oh well. They'll call me back. There we go. No self-closing gate. And when they painted this deck, they sealed its fate. They sealed its fate. Now the deck can't breathe. So it's like just getting a jar. Any moisture that's underneath this deck, and it doesn't have any ventilation, it's got wood to ground contact, and it's been painted. This is going to hold the moisture on the bottom side. You're going to enjoy it for a little while. Enjoy it. You can sit out here and smoke a nice craft beer and drink a Maduro cigar. You're going to get some utility out of it for a few days, for a few months. This season, going on to next season, but a couple summers and a couple winters is going to do this guy in. Just saying. It's conducive to wood destroying insects. Your petition here is leaning in. Deck petitions leaning in. Railroad ties, they last about 14 years. I think mine lasted about 30. I mean, they weren't pretty. They were not pretty. We finally took them out. I say we did. But Donna finally got rid of them. And we went back with something a little more, went back with something a little more durable. So, if this retaining wall is twice its height, the distance is twice its height away from the house, it should not affect it. Same thing with the swimming pool. Twice its height to the edge of the swimming pool, it should not affect it. This retaining wall is beyond the scope of this inspection, but just notice this days are numbered. Somebody's going to trip real good on this. Somebody's going to trip real good. You got to open risers. It's not dimensionally uniform. You know, decks, everybody loves them, but they're inherently dangerous by design. It's not a far fall. I mean, if you feel comfortable sitting out here with the Maduro beer and the craft cigar, I mean, that's fine, but I wouldn't put 20 people on this deck. I just wouldn't. This water faucet's supposed to have an anti-soften device on it. I don't want to pass up any work. I've been passing this all day long. It is GFCI protected, or was originally. And it does work. How about that? Alright. Think water can get in there? I do. When you have this much window, you're walking next to it. That should be tempered safety glass. And the glazing strip's kind of messed up right there. Looks like there's some wood damage inside the deck right here. What is that? I can't tell if that was termites or not. I can't tell. They say 24 inches to a door, and then some people say 24 inches to the latch side of the door. But just the sheer size itself next to a walking path, this much glazing. Which, by the way, it's glazing strip. It's loose right there. See that? It's missing altogether up here. Level grading and drainage. The water just doesn't have any place to go. Stair-step cracks between the brick and mortar. Stair-step cracks between the brick and mortar. Stair-step cracks between the brick and the mortar. Some of the rain gutters do not divert water far enough away. This window ledge definitely doesn't have enough pitch to divert water away from it. Look at that. Think water's been getting in there? I do. I think water's been getting in there pretty good. How about that crack? Is that a nice one? Yeah, buddy. Okay, right in here is as good a place as any, but on the corners, you see these little cracks like this going in. And those are called shrinkage cracks. Some people call them corner pops. Call them what you will. But the foundation and the brick expand and contract at different rates. And the foundation's at a constant rate of shrinkage, which you'll never be able to measure, and the brick is in a constant state of growing. The only part of your house that'll actually grow, I believe, but you'll never be able to measure that. But the gentle forces of constantly shrinking and constantly growing, compounded by the fact that they have different thermodynamic properties, and also, and on short term expand and contract, pressure comes to the corner, and that's what they are. You might want to seal them up, keep termites out. You might want to seal them up if it falls out. You might want to seal it up to keep the brick up. That's not a foundation issue. I'm cracking and peeling paint over here. That's a pretty good sized crack right there.